This telecast is copyrighted by the RPN for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the race without the express written consent of the Racing Pulse Network is prohibited. We thank you for choosing RPN as your choice for sim racing broadcasts.
Welcome race fans to a new presentation of RPN, presenting you the Sennsation 91 series, hosted by Freestyle Aces. As you see the F1 standings, Adam Ike, still your points leader going into week 3, and William G, 18 points, and Linus J with 12 with that win last week. And then we're going to go ahead and look over at the GTCC standings. You got Mikey 30 and Michael Motor, your Hyperdrive teammates, leading the way, and Nick Highcalis in P3. Robert Van Bruggen up to P4 now into the points. And as for today, we're going to be playing host to the Pinwheel GP circuit. The Pinwheel GP circuit is a fictional circuit, and lots of long straights and very fast corners. So look for the F1 cars to provide the most action. A lot of passing opportunities on this track, a lot of tight hairpins, and a lot of medium speed corners. So excited to see that as we head down to our camera car to get a lap of the track. So here is our BMW E30 flying down the Pinwheel GP straight, getting ready to get down into this hard braking zone, this hard left-hander here. You really got to slow the car down. Well, at least we got to slow this car down when we're driving it. I don't know how much the F1 guys and the GTCC guys are going to be slowing it down, but we have to slow it down a ton. And after this left-hander, you got a little bit of a straight, which takes you into a slight left-hander. I say slight because the camber really assists you here, and then it heads down into a deep right-hander. High speed, it sends you out wide sometimes. Got to get that car back on track. You don't want it to go too wide, don't want it to do anything you don't want it to do, obviously. Get a nice late apex here in this cambered corner. Onto the straight here. Isn't really a straight, it heads into another kind of light right-hander, you know. Hard into a braking zone. A little bit of S's action, using the curbing to get the car rotated. A bit of a deceiving corner here. You will fly off if you don't brake early enough. Getting a nice exit through there, sending it wide, able to get the apex that you need here. Sets you up for the corner perfectly, percent wide there. Onto the beautiful, beautiful Pinwheel GP bridge. A bit of a medium speed section through here. Send it wide, get your weight shifted for the next corner, and then that sets you up for the next corner as well. Hard into the braking zone. This is the final 2 corners here. As you see, you got to be quick through here. This is the fastest way in this car, and then onto the Pinwheel straight, which is essentially a super long straight for this car, but the GTCC guys and the F1 guys are going to make this straight look like nothing. Now we're going to take a look at your Formula 1 points one more time, and your GTC standings as well. Here you have the points for the F1 field. You got Adam Mike 99 leading the way, William G P2, Linus J P3, and Cyriker, sorry, still trying to get that down, P4, and Tom Z P5. Fawaz P6, Crow P7, Adam K P8, Barry A P9, and Joshima P10. As for your GTCC field, you got Hyperdrive teammates leading the way, Mike E30 and Michael Motor, Nick Hykalis in P3, Robert Van Bruggen in P4, Josh P in P5, Toshiya Joshima, which I believe has swapped to GCCC permanently this season, P6, Imp2, P7, Tom Z, which has also switched, P8, Blackie Black, P9, and Crow P10 as your top 10, and we're going to get this thing underway. See you guys there. Sorry about that. I don't know why there's no sound on that. Anyways, it is nighttime, a little bit different. Some action going on track during practice earlier today, or earlier tonight, I should say. It's a bit of a challenge for these F1 guys because they don't have headlights. However, they have decided to strap flashlights to their helmets and get on track anyways. It's an easy way to do it, I guess. I mean, couldn't they just fit them with headlights temporarily? No, we're just gonna strap full-on flashlights to our foreheads and just do it that way. It's pretty cold, 68 degrees. But yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting event, and we're gonna go down for station identification one more time, and we'll be right back.
This telecast is copyrighted by the RPN for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the race without the express written consent of the Racing Pulse Network is prohibited. We thank you for choosing RPN as your choice for sim racing broadcasts.
Alright, we are back. What I will say is that I cannot see the cars qualifying, and Rob said he fixed that for me, but I think he has to change my name in the league as well. I'll let him know. For now, there is no qualifying, so I'm going to have to fill 10 minutes. There is qualifying, but I can't see it. I'll go ahead and pop up our standings here. The F1 field already getting some laps in, 132s. Man, I'm gonna have to There we go. I'm sorry to disturb Rob while he's driving. It's a nice circuit we have here. Beautiful track. I'm actually really excited to see racing with no headlights. I'm kind of worried that that's not going to go as well as we think it is, but we've also attached lights to all of our cameras to be safe. Because, I mean, we can't see either. So, we're working with limited visibility like everybody else. F1 guys setting times, GTCC guys setting times now. Palmer with the first time in the GTCC class. Joshima, right now with a 143, I assume he's going to get back out there. Wenkel Motors setting his time. Mikey 30 setting his time. And again, I assume all these guys are going to do another lap instead of a hot lap. This is a really, really interesting track. The little like walkthrough I did on it was there's a lot of camber, a lot of elevation change, a lot of medium speed corners where passing may be possible and may not be possible. It just really depends on how good you enter and exit that corner. This track is very, very interesting, and the fact that it's fictional and just kind of entirely made off somebody's head is pretty impressive because it is a very nice track to drive on. Pretty entertaining track to drive on. Let's see now, Wenkel Motor setting his 205, getting around that one more time. I'm gonna have to look at my because you guys won't be able to hear it, but I will. So I wonder why that doesn't have sound. That's the only thing in there that didn't have sound. Weird. I must have accidentally deleted the audio track. Anyways, it'll be better next time. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, F1 field is kind of far apart, and I'm wondering if that's because there hasn't really been time set yet, but also a matter of visibility. Like, kind of hard to see even with a flashlight. I was having struggling to see driving my car with headlights. That says a lot. Nighttime takes away a ton of visibility, a ton of your markers, a ton of environmental markers you might have used in the daytime, which is why they tell you not to rely on environmental markers like trees or, well, I mean, you can rely on trees. It just a matter of, are they going to be visible all the time, you know? So this is running this at night is taking away a lot of markers for these drivers, and the drivers have also complained that the markers themselves, the braking markers on tracks, aren't very visible. Like, they're not that great, and it's really difficult for these drivers to kind of dictate where they're going to stop. I've seen a couple drivers during practice just kind of slide off into the sand and just miss braking zones because either they couldn't see or they're just really pushing the car and they're not able to really see their marker. So it's really interesting. I'm wondering exactly what these guys are going to do, if they're going to judge it off the person in front of them or if they're just going to try and find something else. I personally ran laps around this track in daytime. I don't think I could do it at night unless I was in a GTCC car with headlights personally, but and yeah. Actually, I want to look at this over here. They have roller coasters here. This is such a cool track. I just wanted to point that out. There's a bridge. It's a beautiful track. I gotta give everybody that worked on this credit. Good track. As for now, we still wait. About 4 minutes left in qualifying. Times are being set now. GTCC field, you got the top three kind of in between each other. P4 pretty close too. As for the F1 field, it's as per, you know, William Granberg on pole, Jesus MV P2, Adam Mike P3. Ooh, Sideheart Motorsports side by side this week in Q so far. See if they can get back out there and set a quicker time. Joshima, also one of the newer folks in the F1 field, came over from GTCC. Not that many cars showed up today. I mean, 15 cars, but we had nearly 20 last race. I wonder if it has something to do with the visibility, the lack of. F2 setting their hot lap, 212, 129. Ooh. I'm liking the way these times are looking. Van Bruggen 208, along with Blackie with a 208 as well. About 0.4 of the difference between them. Van Bruggen now with a 206.5. More on pace now with the leaders. F1 field. Still, I haven't seen a new time yet. New fast time, at least. I wonder if these guys are just going to stick with what they got and try to work with what they have. I mean, lack of visibility for them is a big factor. I mean, it's like putting LMP cars on a track without headlights. That's essentially what's going on here. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the qualifying, guys. Really sorry about it. I spelled specific wrong. About 1 minute left in qualifying. Unfortunate that I can't see what's going on, but at least I can see the times. That's most important to me because I can commentate about the times. Jesus MV now with a 131.898. About 0.1 off of the leader. That's good. It's good. The lack of visibility is kind of hilarious. I wonder if we're gonna see some wild collisions, and I'm sure people were expecting that. Because I mean, you kind of just sneak up on people, it feels like. Because the F1 cars aren't going to be very visible to the GTCC cars, but the GTCC cars will be able to see the F1 cars, and the F1 cars will be able to see the GTCC cars because they have headlights, technically, quote unquote, with flashlights, but the flashlights aren't visible to other people. So, it presents a bit of a issue with traffic. So the F1 guys are going to have to be very careful. Linus Johnson setting 134.331. Better get back out there, get that hot lap in. That's unless he's just gonna settle what he's got, that's all fine. But you know, he only got about maybe an extra 2 minutes if it goes into overtime, which I doubt it is. It is actually, they're gonna send it into overtime. Interesting. Ooh, I really need a bind for when I need to cough. I can mute the mic. Broadcasters have that in real life, you know? Yep. I'm gonna set that up eventually. So I believe qualifying's coming to a close. Sorry for that silence there. I was trying not to cough. But F1 field, bunching it up on times. I don't see that 139 there anymore. Joshima now with that 135. Hyperdrive teammates P1 and P2. Mike E30 setting a fast lap of a 204.752. Only one so far to be in the fours. Pretty impressive. F1 field top 3 in the 131s. Everybody behind Mikey 30, I believe, as far back as P4 in that class, is capable of running 204s and very, very quick lap times. Van Bruggen is absolutely capable of it too. It's going to be something really good. It's just a matter of how long can you run at that limit at night, running with a traffic that's 10 times faster than you are. It's going to be really interesting. Got about 1 more minute until we get underway here. 59 degrees air temperature, and the track is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So these guys are going to be gripped up. A lot of grip tonight. Nice cool track. Very forgiving. Not if you push it too hard, of course. So we're gonna get this underway here in about a minute, and I definitely cannot wait to see this. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder if these F1 guys are gonna take it really easy, or if they're just gonna push it the whole way through and just try and navigate traffic as much as they can, best they can, like they did last time. But then again, last time you were in daytime, you had lighting, there was indication of where you should brake, and the markers weren't so jank as the drivers have put it here. They like this track, but the markers are really hard to determine where you could actually brake. It feels inconsistent. So it's just thinking, like, when was the last time, you've had drivers complaining about braking markers at a track? I can't even think of a single time I've ever heard of that. Multiple drivers, even me included, I had problems with the braking markers. So, here we are. Turn that down so not as loud. So everybody's gridded up and ready to go. Move back behind here, get a nice little angle. Yeah. As you see the lights on the screen as they get ready to go here at the Pinwheel GP. And they're off. Green flag is out. GTCC field, you got some F1 guys off up front in the kitty litter. I believe that was Jesus MV there, or Lennis Johnson, one of those two. Going here into the steep cambered section, really compresses the car. Up at the front in the F1 field, they're locking it up, going wide, cold tires, trying to make it work. Adam Mike already up to the lead. Sideheart Motorsports breaking away. The GTCC field, they're filing through that same section you've seen all those F1 cars locking up into. Granberg up in position, MV up to position 2. Something happened with Yoshima there. Adam Mike breaking away now. Locking it up a bit. Watch Hyperdrive teammates come in here. Something's wrong with Zoo. Lost a couple positions there. I seen him dropping off a bit too. It was interesting. Mikey 30 breaking away to about a 2-second lead here in the GTCC class. Winkle motor not far behind. That pretty underglow on those hyperdrive cars. That's gonna look good in a photo. The F1 class got some fighting here for P2 through 3. All pretty close together. This is just about what they're seeing. I imagine I have pretty similar flashlight settings to them. There's not much to be seen from these F1 cars. Granberg, the outside of Schreiker here. Making the pass. Several of the F1 cars running their fastest lap of the race. The GTCC class, you got Zoo and Palmer going at it. What I believe is P4 in class. Back here, you got Van Bruggen making the pass on Inf2. Oh, they go for a bit of a slide there. Showing off. Doing it for the replay. That's not their motto, though. That's the hyperdrive guys. And they're definitely doing it for the replay. Breaking away to a comfortable lead now. Nearly 3 seconds ahead of Zoo. I assume that's the Freestyle Aces motto. I don't know. I've heard them all say it, to be fair. Van Bruggen with a bit of damage to the front of that Nissan. Blackie moving up a position back there. Taking that away from Hykalis. Zoo running his fastest lap of the race. All these guys running the fastest lap of the race. Finally getting up to speed. Got Azus MV and Saraiker going at it. What? Van Bruggen making the pass. Blackie making the pass as well on Inf2. Looks like Inf2 made a big mistake there. Must have went off. Here come these F1 guys to lap the GTCC field. It's gonna get hairy. Let's ride along. Ooh. A little hairy there. Oh, we have contact. I believe that's Van Bruggen. Who was that? Azus MV and Van Bruggen make contact. He's able to get that thing back going. Heavy damage. Oh, contact once again. I believe that was... Who was that? That was Joshima. That's going to be heavy front wing damage. Both Jesus MV and Joshima are involved in incidents navigating the multi-class traffic. Van Bruggen is... That thing is, it's hurt. I believe that might bring out a safety car. And if it doesn't, I believe it'll just go to the mandatory halfway point, and then the safety car will be called then. As the hyperdrive teammates continue to break away, Joshima and Jesus MV are in the pits getting repairs. Van Bruggen trying to make it work. Got his hazards on, trying to let everybody know that he is slow, and also let them know where he is, because it appears he's got heavy damage. Cyanite's off in the kitty litter. M2 and Blackie will get in position off of that. Jesus MV is out of the pit. Joshima probably got heavy front wing damage there. Really unfortunate for him. As for Jesus MV, he's got about a 30-second gap to make up to the next car, and he's hoping for a safety car. This hyperdrive guy is breaking away. You have some traffic here navigating. I believe that's Linus Johnson. Callus just navigating, not far back from Palmer, it seems. Couple seconds back, trying to make up that gap. Yoshima's still in the pit getting repairs. Now a lap or two down. Oops. Trying to do stuff on my second monitor. It's tough. Safety car is out. I believe they're gonna bunch up the F1 guys as well. Safety car is out for the GTCC field as far as I know. Van Bruggen and Cyanite in, getting repairs, pitting, what have you. It appears Cyanite is getting a change of tires. Van Bruggen getting all that damage he can repaired. Unfortunate for him. Mike leading the way under safety car conditions. F1 guys, I believe, are going to do a safety car. I'm not sure. I think they're going to be in front of the GTCC field. We're going to do double file restart. That'd be kind of cool. It's unfortunate for several of these drivers, but fortunately, safety car was out there able to get some damage repaired, so they're not entirely out of this thing. Jesus, screaming F1 car. So the entire course is under a safety car right now. Just trying to get everything back in order after that big kerfuffle there. I believe that's Stryker going into pit. Stryker, my apologies. Maybe getting a fresh change of tires, fixing damage, what have you. I believe they're going to allow Cyraker to catch back up. Joshima a lap down as well. What a race. I knew the nighttime would bring wild things, but I wasn't entirely expecting this. Still under safety car conditions, it seems. Oh boy. That is menacing. Jesus MV almost caught up to the field now. I believe Joshima's not too far behind. GTCC's back underway now. Oh, big shunt there. Got a couple off in the kitty litter. Palmer, Cyanite, Inf2. Able to get it back rolling. On board Van Bruggen after a repair of that damage. F1 guys, I believe, are going to be getting back going once Joshima gets his lap back. I believe that, or they're just going to go at the start finish and Joshima just has to kind of work with it. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Back in the GTCC field, Mikey 30 breaking away to his lead he had before. Zoo is now in P2 and Michael Motor P3. F1 field's back off racing now, I believe. Filing into here. Dark section. You got a driver off. I believe that was Linus Johnson trying not to cause a pileup. It's very dark through here. Nearly 3 wide. Thinking about it. GTCC field. You got somebody off back there. I believe that was Van Bruggen. Slightly off, not too much off, didn't lose too much pace. Got some infighting back there with Nick Ikalis and Blackie. Ikalis getting a little loose coming over the elevation change. That'll really get you. Little lock up from Van Bruggen. And Palmer's slow. Cyanite's slow as well. Worried about these guys. Scared. Worried damage happened or something during that big incident in the first corner. She missing and wide locking it up a little bit there. Adam Ike sliding. What happened there? Able to get it back going. Jesus MV is going to get in position from that. So is Linus Johnson. Big mistake there. Sideheart Motorsports together. All under a blanket here. Zoo's looking pretty quick. Oh, those camera angles. Interesting. Leveling out in the GTCC field. The fight to watch is going to be between these three, it seems. Got some infighting back there between Hykalis and Blackie. Adam Ike might have lost some pace from that spin. It doesn't appear so. He's still gaining time. Coming up on Linus Johnson now. What a quiet F1 car. Gaining time. Lost a little time there on that exit, but making it up everywhere else. Granberg breaking out to a bit of a lead now. Jesus MV hot behind. Gaining little bits here and there, trying to make it work. Zoo losing time now to Winkelmotor catching up behind. Looking to make the pass for P2. Keep that hyperdrive 1-2 going. Van Bruggen up to P4 now. Hykalis hot behind though. Adam Ike is DNF'd. I assume connection issues. I just heard a sound on Discord. Not sure what happened there. Cy Riker around once again. Or not once again. Sorry. Adam Ike was the one around. Other side hard motorsports car is around. That's tough for Adam Ike. Connection issues, it seems. Little fight going on for P2 here between Winkelmotor and Zoo. Bit of a lock up there. Joshima's in the pit. Hykalis hot on Van Bruggen right now. Blackie not far behind. Mikey 30 breaking away to that comfortable lead he had before. As for Zoo, Wenkel hot on that tail of that BMW. To the inside, look at that. Nice move. He's going to have the outside this time. Zoo is going to get a bit of a run here. They're going to be neck and neck. Zoo with a bit of a lockup. That's going to allow Wenkel to get by. Zoo's right there on that bumper. Losing time though, quickly. Wankel able to get that position just before crossing the Pinwheel GP bridge. Mikey 30 breaking away to his comfortable lead. F1 car navigating around him. It's getting hectic. We got another DNF. That's Cyanite from the GTCC class. Right along with Striker, Cy Riker, here as he navigates the traffic. I'm seeing pretty much exactly about what he sees. Got somebody around. That's Joshima having a tough race. Coming through this cambered section, high speed section. Wankel in hot pursuit of hyperdrive teammate. Look at that slip angle. Infinite slide. That's funny. Palmer making the pass on Blackie for what seems to be P5 in class. Now chasing down Van Bruggen and Haikalis. Oh, that's P6 in class, my bad. Van Bruggen P5 in class, Haikalis P4 in class. Woo. It's been a hectic race, I'm trying to keep up. F1 field pretty split up now. Jesus MV P2, Granberg P1, Linus Johnson P3, Cyriker P4, Joshima P5, a lap down, and a DNF from Adam Mike 99. Tough break for him. Mikey 30, so far your leader in the GTCC field. Wankel P2, Zoo P3, and P4 Haikalis, and Van Bruggen in P5. And your only DNF in the GTCC field is Cyanide. Whew. My God. Van Bruggen making ground on Haikalis here into this low speed section. And it's been hell for a lot of these drivers for sure. It might be only a 30-minute sprint race, but it sure as hell feels like an endurance race. Joshima off once again. Tough race for him. Once those tires go, they never come back. It's tough. Mikey 30 breaking away to his lead. Jesus MV not far back off Granberg and making time. That prancing horse. Now 1.5 back from Granberg. 5 minutes left in the race. Little slip up there, able to save it. That loses him about 0.3. Just chasing him down. Chasing perfection right now. A little bit of a lockup. They both lock it up. That's not going to be too detrimental. Still lost nearly 0.3 on exit there. Appears Joshima just kind of waiting for the safety cruise or something. Tough break. It seems everybody's starting to level out. You got some fighting back here for position. Oh, navigating traffic. I believe that was Jesus MV splitting it. That was some nice driving there from the F1 field. They still got a couple more GTCC cars to go. You literally don't see them coming. They just kind of appear there. So the F1 guys are kind of having to compensate for their lack of lights, and they're having to act as the slow class, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, they're not technically acting as a slow class. The fast class would still be responsible for making a safe pass. It's just they have to play it a bit differently. Jesus MV now 3 seconds back because of all that traffic. Got 3 minutes. Can you make up 3 seconds in 3 minutes? As for the back of the GTCC pack, you got Palmer, Van Bruggen. Van Bruggen with a bit of a lockup going off there. Palmer, Haikalis fighting for position back here. Fighting for P4 in class. Cyanide is back on track now. No longer listed as DNF. 7 laps down though. Motor catching his teammate slightly. As for the F1 field, these guys are split apart big time. Traffic has hurt them big time, and it's so much harder to navigate traffic when you don't have lights. Who would have thought that? Mikey 30 though, still way ahead of the game. Nobody's touching his stuff today. Nearly 2 seconds ahead. I believe that's Linus Johnson there. He's got a bunch of time to make up if he even wants a chance at P2. Jesus MV now 2.6 down with 2 minutes remaining. We might just watch this. It's getting interesting. Yoshima now going 4 laps down. He's now on the same lap as the GTCC field. Still 2.5. You wonder if he has enough to even reel him in. You don't want to push so hard you make a big mistake and lose all that time you've worked to gain. And Granberg is putting on a clinic right now, trying to be absolutely perfect. And remember, if you DNF, that's no points. It's counted as if you never even participated in the race. I mean, I believe you get bonus points for having the fast lap, but that's maybe a point or two. It's not very many, so you kind of need to finish the race here, and I believe that's why Cyanide got back out here, so he could at least score some points out of this thing. Jesus MV now 2 seconds back with 30 seconds remaining in the race. This might be the final lap for the F1 field. 1.9 back now, 1.7. Closing in quick. Got 20 seconds to make it work. When this clock runs out, that is the last lap, I believe. Either it's the white flag or that's the checkered flag for this F1 field. He's right there. Granberg gaining a bit there, taking a slightly better line. He's gonna get a better exit. 0.5 back onto the long straight. He's gonna have to draft here. This might be it. What a battle. I think that's going to be Granberg bringing it home. P1 for the F1 field. Jesus MVP 2. Cy Riker and Linus Johnson. It's not over for them yet. And we have the GTCC field still fighting at it. You got Zoo up to P2 now. I was neglecting them. Zoo's up to P2. Wankelmotor down to P3 now. Palmer P4 right now. Mikey 30 looking like he's going to be the one to bring it home in the GTCC field. Cy Riker P3 in the F1 field. Linus Johnson P4. Unless Zeus slips up, I don't know if Wankelmotor can make up this time. He had a slightly better line through there, though. That's all I know. He's catching him through the S's here, hard on him. He's gonna get a good exit here. He might be able to make it happen. Flashes the headlight, does the headlight trick. It looks like he doesn't have the straight line speed to make it happen. That ballast coming into play. And there you have it. Mikey 30, the winner of the GTCC class, Tom Zhu P2, Wankel Motor P3, not able to make that pass in the final corner. Palmer coming in P4, Michaelis P5, Van Bruggen is going to be P6, Blackie P7, Inf2, finishing P8, Joshima P9, Cyanite P10, and Adam Ike with a DNF finishing dead last in the F1 field and overall. What a race. I have no words. It was amazing. They put on an absolute show. I'm going to go ahead and head into the Discord and do some interviews. What a race. Mikey 30 doing a bit of a victory lap. Not a Polish one. It's not driving backwards. Just a victory lap. And congratulations to the Hyperdrive team. Just what a showing they had. Oh, wow.
Whoa,
what a
it's
fucking
so good
race. What a race.
I'm completely drenched in fucking sweat.
I literally said it's a 30-minute race, but this feels like a whole 8-hour endurance.
Oh my god. I'm surprised how few safety cars there were. All things considered. Let me get the rarity first, which is Tom. Because he's usually not really, he was avoiding P3 because he doesn't like interviews.
Roo.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello. You were, I believe, P3 in class? Or P2 in class?
Second, I'd say,
Yeah. Congratulations on that. That was some good fighting. Wankel got the last run, and I seen him get on the straight. I'm not gonna keep you long because I just heard you don't like interviews. So
No,
it's fine. I'm just before messing around.
This motherfucker staying here.
But yeah, it looked like do you think Wankel's ballast hurt him there in that last straight? Looked like he had a bit of a run, but it looks like the ballast came into play.
Not fully sure. I don't know how much ballast affects that Audi, so it might have, it might not have.
Well, you get ballast as a present for winning P2.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I didn't want this.
Yes, here we are.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on P2 in class. You put up a good race. Fighting with Wankel. Back and forth for a couple laps there.
The pace was somewhat there this time.
I seen you swapped from the F1 field, right? You were F1 in the first race or the second?
Yeah, it was F1 first race, and then I decided to swap over.
What made you switch there?
I was bored.
Makes sense. Downforce is boring.
No, I've driven that late now a lot more, and I was sort of just bored of midfield.
Well, not midfield now. Now you're P2, and you're getting a punishment for it.
Somehow.
Congratulations. I think you get, how many points? 8 for P2?
You got 9.
Oh, I get more than all the points I've had.
Hell yeah.
There you go. You're on the board now.
And according to rules, you also get for 25 kilograms.
No, we can talk that out.
Nah, you're fucking fine.
We'll talk through that.
Yeah, Mr. Leighton House.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's gonna be hurting.
Oh yeah, Mike's gonna be hurting.
I'm surprised he wasn't hurting this round.
He's gonna be hauling around 85 kilograms. He's 20 away from the ballast cap.
Jesus.
And the next round is fucking Fuji.
Oh fuck! Why did I get fucking ballast at Fuji?
Which, it gets that weird uphill hairpin onto the big straight, which for a front-wheel drive car, it's not a problem. For a front-wheel drive car with very high top speed, oh man, Primaries are gonna have a fucking hilarious time there.
Well, thank you for coming on. Like I said, I wasn't gonna keep you long. I feel bad for
No worries. It's fully okay. I must pay the price for my P2.
Pay the price for your sins, boy.
I couldn't slow down for P4 this time.
Well, congratulations, and let's bring Mike in here if he's at the keyboard.
We could probably also do both of them again.
Yeah, let's bring them both. I want to talk to Michael too.
They're a team anyway,
They're a combo that cannot be neglected.
obviously.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, peanut butter and jelly.
Ah, the team interview. No, that's
Yes.
perfect. I like it.
Hyperdrive, you guys look good in that, cause like the underglow and shit. Ooh,
Yeah, you could actually see it now.
that's spicy.
Yeah.
Look nice. It's gonna look good in screenshots.
Stefan, stop shedding. Calm.
Sorry, I'm still half asleep.
Good morning, Winkle. Or good night.
I slept 1.5 hours before the race. I just started to get into REM sleep, and then my alarm clock woke me up at 8 p.m. Then I had to take a massive shit, and then it was qualifying. And during the race, I had like second. What is it called in English? When you fall asleep for a millisecond,
Like
a
the
momentary
highway,
sleep.
the highway
Yeah.
hypnosis.
I had that, and I did a lot of mistakes. And at the end there, unfortunately, I had one of those incidents with Tomsy very close to me, and he overtook me on the, I think, third to last.
Incident.
Like an incident where I almost fell asleep while driving, and then I go off the track and boom.
That's
just
how dedicated you are. Oh.
Yeah. Still managed to hang on to third.
Actually, it's not sleep deprivation. It is tactical ballast minimization.
It's just training for our 24-hour race.
Sneaky tired.
It's training for going 200 kilometers an hour on the autobahn at 3 a.m. and hugging a tree.
And hugging a tree.
Yes.
That happens.
Anyway, in terms of pace, we still both looked amazing, even with the ballast. So I'm pretty confident for the upcoming races.
I want to point out, you did not just handicap yourself, you also handicapped me. I had the fuel save for about half the race.
Yeah, why do you listen to me when I'm running on 1.5 hours of sleep and doing calculations, my brother?
I mean,
It's not wise.
Yeah. The fuel estimation after you did the safety car phase, it's not very accurate, and I couldn't really trust that shit, so I kept that going as long as I had a gap.
I made a stupid mistake. In my head, I calculated like, okay, 2 minutes. I miscalculated so hard. No, wait, that doesn't even make sense. even the miscalculation I did doesn't make sense. And even the... Nah, I'm too tired. I need to go to sleep.
My fuel calculation said 15, and with the extra lap, 16 laps to be safe.
Wait.
Only needed to save 1 lap, actually.
Wait, 1,800 divided by 125, 14.4, you're correct. I'm so even the corrected fuel estimation I did afterwards was wrong.
What are you two talking about?
I don't know.
Nah.
You're just throwing numbers around now.
Can we please fire the Ferrari guy, the new guy? I don't like him. He's coming up with...
You guys hired someone on
No. Don't stoop that low. Even running on half an hour of sleep, I would still be better than a Ferrari engineer. Please.
Don't blame Miguel, the intern. He's doing his best.
Please stop fuel saving. We might have put not enough in it.
Gått og ikke lenger opp med skjorda, satan, den leven is a bitte kvinne om en skatt. Verken om leven van de dode som med hoge, fem promille in the head, weer hemel op de stop. Okay.
I think he's certified gone.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if the ballast hurt you on the last corner, but you're
No.
Not really. I was surprised how good the BMW
I have
was.
embraced the way of the geography teacher.
What?
Jesus Christ, man. Oh,
That's one step away from delirium.
Oh,
And this step is towards his bed.
I think he was still in REM sleep this whole race.
Yeah.
Who's talking?
Oh,
Get off my house.
I think we should let her go to sleep.
yeah.
Congratulations to you guys. You get ballast.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh.
You know what they say, the thicker the booty, the better the coochie. I
Time
don't
for
know.
him to go. It's time for him to go. Good night, Marco. Have a good one.
Good
bro.
night. Love you in a homo.
And we go. Anyone know?
Wait, was that
Oh.
who was that? Was P1, P2, and P3 of GTCC, right?
Yes.
Let's move on to F1 now.
Yeah.
I think all three of them can talk, right? Adam, Mike, Dean left. I think he said he head hurt.
Yeah, he had a migraine.
Oh my god.
See
Sorry,
you.
sorry to yank you, William, but it's interview time. You won the race.
Yes, I did. I did in fact do
Much
that.
better than your previous P7.
Yes, and I'm happy with that considering how absolutely horrendously sick I am currently.
You're looking like prime Max Verstappen out here.
After he Qatar when he was hungover. Said I'm
Yes.
sick.
I think you won.
Actually-
Did you win the first race? Let's see them.
No, it's P2 behind that, Mike. And then I had the absolute blinder last week. Which that could have been a good position too. I think I was on for like P2 or maybe even the win, and then Adam Mike binned it in front of me, and I just barely clipped him, and my entire car got destroyed.
Rip front wing.
Yep. And
On that
steering as
front
well. It was.
wing, I watched. I think that was Yoshiyama. His front wing got destroyed, and he just struggled for the rest of the race, even though he got repairs.
Yeah, I saw him parked in the gravel for the last
Yeah,
couple
I
laps.
think he was just trying to get points out of the thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
Because I don't think you get points for DNFing at all.
No.
I think that's a smart idea. Don't leave. Just kind of like
Yeah.
crash, sit in the sand pit, and wait.
Excuse
Get
me.
last place points out of it.
If you drive 90% of the, I believe it's 90% of the race distance, you get points. If you don't, you get none.
See. So that might not count for points.
Yeah. If you didn't do the entire race, then yeah, shit out of luck.
Well, congrats to
Yes.
you, William. I enjoyed watching that battle between you and Jesus. The traffic came into play. He was like 0.5 back from you, and then he had to
Yeah.
split traffic. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
He split it.
I had like 2 seconds on him at the end there, and then I think it was Inf, his line into that fast right-hander. I was gonna go around the outside, but he went super wide and basically hugged the outside. So I had to slam on the brakes in that rear very fast corner, which in front of a straight, which just lost me all of my momentum and let Jesus get right on my tail.
Hey, that's no bueno. You don't want that.
Yeah, no, I was very scared I was gonna lose it.
Yeah. The traffic was crazy because you could see them, but they couldn't see you, even though you had lights, and it is kind of funny because it's like you knew where they were, but they probably didn't know where you were.
Yep.
At all times.
The darkness really made it challenging. I think especially for the Super Tourings, because as you said, we can see them, but they can't see us at all because we don't have any lights.
I mean, you have them, but you don't at the same time. They're not visible to
Yeah.
us.
I don't think we have lights. Anyways,
Some people were using the flashlight app.
oh yeah, some people were using the flashlight light. I just turned up the brightness a little bit, but it was it was challenging. Trying to navigate the traffic. I got really lucky in the beginning because I did my usual of losing a couple of positions in the start, and then when I had made my way through to P2 again, behind Adam, he was already like 4 seconds down the road. But then I got lucky with traffic for once, and he found the entire field basically in the last chicane S part, and I took them all on the straight. So I got close to him and put on a little bit of pressure maybe.
Yeah, it seems like halfway through his headache actually really started to bother him because he started making a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, he made an uncharacteristic amount of mistakes. I didn't know he had a massive headache.
Yeah, you both were sick. That's hilarious.
Oh.
The front runners at F1 field were pretty much down and out, but they're still up and at it.
Okay, excuse me. I am deathly ill.
I don't want to keep you too long. It's probably not good for your throat.
No worries.
One more question. I forgot it. Robert, you want to ask one?
Nope, I'm good actually.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to P2. I hope you feel better, and congratulations on the win. And you get ballast.
Thank you very much. No, fuck.
Let's see. P2 was Jesus. Who seems to have disconnected. So we're going to Cyriker, I guess.
Cyriker on mute though.
I hope he's here. Cyriker? Yeah, I guess he's not here.
Let's get a special guest. Who finished last?
That would be Cyanide, but I feel like right now we shouldn't be. No, Cyanide is still here.
Oh, he is?
Inf is also. Yeah, he rejoined actually. Let me get him.
Yeah, I see that.
Hello, Inf.
Ooh, hello?
For an interview.
Yes.
I suppose so.
Everybody has left, and I noticed you rejoined back on track. Thinking emoji? What was that about?
What do you mean, rejoin back on track?
You were DNF'd for a little bit, I believe. Or no, was that not you? No, Sinai
No,
got
that
back on
was
track.
Very much not me. You were thinking of a different back marker.
You had a pretty good performance today.
I would have liked to. I find that very debatable because I would have always finished last.
I mean, thankfully it wasn't last. Had a
I'd
couple.
still count it as last.
True. I suppose. If you're not first, you're last.
No, it's genuinely just ahead of somebody who didn't stay there for the whole race, understandably too. I mean, Olme was not having a good time. I feel that totally.
How many people didn't show up? Oh, that's what was throwing me. There's a bunch of people that didn't show up at the bottom.
Yeah, a lot of people are still like in the Easter vacation thing.
Well, my bad. I have made a mistake.
No worries. Happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah, my brain's cooked after that finish. It was. Ugh.
Was it really that intense? I mean, I was kind of not able to see it.
The F1 field was pretty good.
Oh,
That was a good fight. GTCC came down to like 0.5 and maybe a bit of ballast.
Huh. That is actually pretty impressive.
The question I have for you, what happened there? Because I remember you I think you were involved in the like incident that happened when the safety car went back green. I seen a bunch of cars go off. It was like 3 or 4 of them, so I couldn't see
That was
them all.
literally my fault. No doubt about it. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. It was. Basically, cold tires, starting up. I've got a bad habit of walking up in the Volvo, especially into those kinds of corners. The Primaris usually brake a little earlier than me, but excuses. Basically, I walked up, went in the back of Josh. I would like to apologize, old mate. Yeah, he really did not deserve to be hit like that. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's
on the restart,
kind of-
I had a 6 and like I went just suddenly into like P4.
I seen that. You were P4 for a
I mean-
minute too.
Yeah, and then somebody asked a question in the middle of a corner. Like right coming off the bridge, like somebody reconnected and they asked the question like, "Can we still keep driving?" I was like, "Fucking right!" And in all of the corners, you can fucking ask that question. You do it in that one.
Power up, welcome. That is that is getting hit with a psychological warfare, my good man.
Oh, that motherfucker! Swear to God.
Yeah, no, but you will notice every single race I have a bit of a theme of having a severe skill issue every few laps. I will just go off. It is very annoying.
Sometimes
Still working on that.
Not. We had a right fight going on for like the first half of the race before Jesus like fucking ended my life.
Yeah, I was watching.
I do appreciate.
I switched right on time.
It
Rob,
was
all I'm
awful. And then I tried to rejoin, and then I didn't see Linus approaching, and he fucking binned it into my other fucking side. So I had like
2 fights then.
Yeah, I had. Well, I think we had 2 fights. Yeah.
Yeah. All I'll say, buddy, is I appreciate the psychological warfare. I just don't appreciate the giggling afterwards. You don't need to. My wounds do not need condiments, my good man.
It was just such a cheeky overtake that I couldn't help. It's like
I can't even be mad.
It was just maniacal villain archetype shit. Swear to God.
My man went through some character development in that race.
Just straight up snickering. Just straight up snickering.
That was downright silly.
Oh man.
You know, honestly, it ends up being a little complicated with this track because it's a really fun track, ruined by the fact that somebody thought everyone would be driving a modern F1 car.
Yeah,
there are like 2 to 3 corners where you can just tell they expected high downforce. Who the ever-living hell puts a very awkward, off-cambered, reducing radius corner that is also half blind for most of it, right after one of the coolest dips I have ever seen?
Yeah, no, also, I call that thing the fucking Devil's Horn.
Yeah, I know, I agree with you on that. That is a corner designed by the devil himself.
It's this off-camber thing that is just like, you can't see it. Like, eventually
Yes.
I got my head wrapped around it, but like, what the fuck?
That corner is straight up just the 10th circle of hell.
It's, yeah. And then that corner afterwards, like that little shitty-ass hairpin, that's also like kind of fucky. Like, I don't like that either.
I was oddly okay with the hairpins, probably because the Volvo just tends to oversteer a little bit, and I can naturally work with that.
Yeah, the Volvo is really good at like cornering. That's like your thing. That's what you do.
That and somehow straight line speed. Do you know how many Primeras I caught up to? Every one of them.
They were probably still using my fucked up Imola gearbox, which only works on Imola because
I was catching up to you.
Yeah, that's probably because I had skill issues. I also like braked super hard into like that one fucky hairpin, and I had
I was
flat
thinking
spot.
on the the last section right before the final straight.
Yeah, you were kind of catching up on me. That was because I had no more tires left, and also I was.
Oh,
flat
that would
spotted,
explain
so
it.
I was just vibrating.
Yeah.
I was just vibrating.
Also, how did you even get missiled midway through the race? What in God's name happened, buddy?
I was in the S's, and I thought Jesus would go around my outside, and he just went straight into my door.
Ah, fun.
And then I tried to rejoin, and then I was like, oh shit, here comes another one. I better hold my brakes. And Linus just straight up slaps the fuck out of my front. And
That is very unfortunate.
my front right suspension was bright orange.
Yeah.
I was driving at almost 90 degrees with my wheel. So that's why I called eventually a safety car. Like, I can't drive like this safely.
Yeah, that is understandable. I damn near had the same thing on the last lap with William approaching. They do not understand that I have a skill issue and I'm driving the Volvo. So you know the like really weird, heavily cambered right-hander after the bridge. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I was going into that final lap for me. I was a lap behind everyone else, basically. I'm going in. I start off wide because that's just how I kind of have to take it from the way I understand it. Because otherwise, I will skid out in some weird way. William was expecting me to go like deeply inside, when, as is usual for that car, I went completely sideways, or slightly sideways. The man miraculously managed to not have any contact.
Any more night races, or is this the only night race?
This is the only night race, sadly.
Wow.
For the other thing, for Friday Night Title Fight, I actually got, well, not on this season, but on a future season, there's actually an entire season planned that is entirely night street circus.
Ooh.
Because they
the
do all have functioning. So I
Right,
have the
fancy.
excuse. I do have the excuse.
I will say the night races can be really fun, especially because of the creativity the entire league tends to have with liveries.
Yeah.
You'd see people with neons, some like me with glowing liveries, which might not have been too noticeable.
Yeah, and you can't pretty much everything else. Like I had to keep in mind, like, oh yeah, there's gonna be F1 cars, so they don't have lights. I almost had
What I'm saying is, just tell them to use the flashlight app. It works well enough.
Just have a flashlight in the car. Sure.
Just go to Aldi, get a flashlight, and strap it to, I don't know, maybe the intake. That should do.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Just, duct tape it to the helmet.
Just get yourself a fucking flex tape sponsorship and just
Exactly.
slap one to the wing.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Subbing on those bad boys, you'll be seeing fine. It'll feel like daytime.
Why don't NASCARs have lights? Because the track is always lit. Right. I think we should be wrapping up, and maybe Sarek is actually back, so maybe we can talk to him.
Oh, sure, that's fine.
Lovely talking to you, Inth. I'll see you later.
It was. Same here. Have a good one.
Hello, Cyriker.
Hello.
We tried to talk to you earlier, but you were probably taking a piss or something.
No, I went to grab some food I didn't eat today. So
Hungry boy.
it was my time to.
I understand. I'm probably gonna eat after this. Oof.
Well,
You got P3.
yeah, surprisingly.
Good job, man.
That means ballast.
That means suffer.
Harder, please.
I love reminding Podium that they're getting ballast. It's the funnest thing ever.
So much fun. It's devious, but it's fun.
Yeah, we're not that many people, but it's just fine.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
It's fine.
Well,
You got
yeah, I'm
P-
happy to get P3.
Got P3 even after a
That's it.
spin too.
Yeah, I mean that's what I say. We're not a lot of people, so depending on who spins first in front, you will get a position.
And then Sideheart was looking pretty good, like together for a minute there. P3 and
This time was so
P4.
good. I was trying to block everyone and this time like, come on Adam, go! just leave everyone. Go take P1. But then he got some issues as well. And after the restart of the safety car, we just went deep down on the graph. And he wasn't feeling too good. He said he was sick today, but he will try to drive. So I'm proud of him. But it's a shame we couldn't finish, the two of us.
Yeah, I don't think tire choice played much of a role today. You guys are pretty close, no matter what tire you ran, even in the GTCC field.
Yeah,
I think
went
the
on
track
mediums.
temperature was just so low that it didn't really matter.
Yeah, mediums were just fine. Even hards, but I didn't want it to push. But they did last till the end of the race. So I don't know what to use anymore. Like if I go a wall race with mediums, maybe it will be too much or not. I'll see. More testing needed.
Well, congrats to you, and tell teammate I hope you feel better. The winner of the F1 field actually was sick too. I'm sure you know. You all on the voice chat together.
Yeah, I heard his voice as well.
That's kind of funny that the two front runners are sick. Not really. It's not funny, but like just a little coinky-dink.
Yeah. Maybe they will get better after the hill. We'll have used this moment.
Well, I'm gonna put you back, mate.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you for the interview.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna end stream and I'm gonna go eat.
I'll see you next time.
I will see you. Bye bye. Okay. Now, that was a good race. Really, really good finish. It went by really quick, actually. I think this stream was only about an hour and a half. So, again, if you do enjoy the Freestyle Aces League, these guys are entertaining as all to watch. Every Wednesday at 1:30, they race. They start qualifying. So for next week, I forget what track they are going to. Let me pull this up over here on my second monitor. Updates, calendar. All right. So the next track is Fuji Speedway. I don't know how I forgot that. They literally said that in the call. Next track is Fuji Speedway, and that race will be 30 minutes, and that will be on the 10th. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure plenty of other the F1 guys are, because this is a F1 track after all. So pretty good race today. Really good finish across both classes. Hyperdrive was almost, P1, P2, but as you heard, a couple people in the field were either sick or running on like 2 hours of sleep. So we're gonna call it here. It was an amazing race, and hope to see you guys next time.
This telecast is copyrighted by the RPN for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the race without the express written consent of the Racing Pulse Network is prohibited. We thank you for choosing RPN as your choice for sim racing broadcasts.